Why, good morning, YouTube. It is Michelle. Hi there. It's Monday morning, and I am so excited to bring you some design team projects that I have been working on for Creations by Jinx. And the shop owner is Jennifer Getz, who is J Getz 123 Creations by Jinx on the YT. And she's Creations by Jinx on Etsy. And I just am having a blast creating these traveler's notebooks this last week. So what happens is I went on ahead, and what I do is I try to purchase something from Jen first, and then get an idea of what I need to fill in my open drawer list. And Jennifer always sends me infinitely more. And so I ordered a junk journal kit from her, so that way I get a variety of items. And so much came that I had to, and I don't know, it could be maybe I'm anal or whatever, I had to sort it in some kind of fashion. So what I did was I separated all of my goodies by color. And when I did that, look, I got a cue card from Jennifer. This was in the package. So I said, you know what? The only way that this is going to work is if I separate these out by color to help my brain function. And after I did that, I decided, it would be cool to do a traveler's notebook in each of the colors of the rainbow. And so that is the project that I have started and am doing fabulously. I've done four colors of the primary wheel, and only have two left. I have purple and blue left, but I have completed green, yellow, orange, and red. And so want to take the time to show you. I'm just so excited. They really came out. I think they came out pretty fabulously, but you know how that is. Sometimes you kind of lost track when you put all the time and work into it. Each traveler's notebook is 8 1/4 by 4 1/2. I did the 4 1/2 to get some overspill, so that way the pages inside won't get bent up. I'll put my little cheat sheet notes in here. I also have tied each of the signatures with some organza ribbon. My thought behind that is so that the goodies inside won't fall out. I did not bring the tie around the outside so that if this is to use, it could be used standalone, or if it's used in a traveler's notebook, the elastic then can go in here and then not destroy any of the pages in the signature. Okay, that was my thought. And once I started, I just made sure that I did the same with each one. So we'll get started and see how far we get. I'm filming on my iPhone, so I have about 15 minutes, and I'm thinking I can maybe get through 2 pop. So let's show you green. So each traveler's notebook was made, and I refused to buy anything. Initially, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go out, I'm going to get some boho papers, etc. And I said, no. You go downstairs, and because everything is by color, I just went to, I have a 6-drawer file folder plastic thingy, and I went and pulled out green papers. And I have rolls of handmade paper. So basically by color, I pulled out papers, I pulled out baggies and glassine, etc., etc. And I created a little gallon-size Ziploc bag by color. And so as I was creating, I would just pull out the Ziploc for the color that I was creating. So here we go with green. And each of the traveler's notebooks have a poem on the front that specifically talk about the color that they represent. On the green one here, I've made a little fabric collage up top here, did some embroidery with some beading, and even used one of my newly rusted safety pins up here, so created that. I've got some trim lace, which is just going around holding the pamphlet stitching that I did for the inside, and the back has my label. So let's go in. We're already at 5 minutes, so let me zip through. This is the green. And so when you open it up, I've done a lot of distressing and stenciling. This is that Tim Holtz, one of the Tim Holtz stencils. And then obviously some of the Ranger Distress inks in the various colors. I would just pull out my little tin of minis and then use the various colors. So this one has mowed lawn, it has bundled sage, etc., etc., etc. So you open it up here. It was tied with an organza ribbon. And on our first page here, we've got a doily that's been coffee stained. And then this lovely piece of wallpaper that was from Jennifer's shop. Down here in the corner, I have a little tuck spot. The green, I wrote down all of the stats here. So my green one here, this Traveler's Notebook insert, and it can be standalone. The cover is 8.5 by 4.25, with the pages being 8 by 4. There are 12 pages that you can write on, which is 48 sides, and there are 16 tucks, pockets, and flaps. So down here, just a real pretty lace trim that I had. And this is a piece of ephemera from Ephemera's Vintage Garden on this beautiful piece of wallpaper. Got a book page pocket on the inside. This is from Bunny Bow. That is Manuela Ott in Switzerland. Thank you, Manuela, using my things. The trim here is from Jennifer's. I've got a piece of ephemera here and a die cut. On this next page here, this is some handmade paper, some of that mulberry paper, and this is one of my tea bag embellishments that I've used the Tim Holtz paper dolls on, with some trims and some die cuts, and they just have some tags in there. That's a journaling sheet, tons of paper from the Dollar Tree, because I have all these tablets from doing Dollar Tree challenges. This page here is a calendar, and this is from the Flow book. It's got grid on the other side. We've got some primary paper. This is some design paper that I had in my stash. I have on the inside. I didn't do any coffee dyeing unless the page was already coffee dyed. So this one was plain, so I did stenciling. Here is a Chili's bag that has, this is Summer's Inn from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. It's got some of Yvonne's, that's an Yvonne tag there, or a little journaling. It's got some journaling on the inside here. Flip it over, another piece of journaling. That's Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Got some, this was tea-dyed paper that was dyed with rose hips, and it turned out to be like a grayish purple more so than red. Here I've made, and this came out so cute. This is using, this is some material swatches that Jennifer had included. And so there's 3 pieces of fabric here, and then this cute leaf shape. The trim is from Jennifer's shop, and then I've topped it here, the safety pin that I recently rusted and bell. And then here's my paper, my rusted paper clip. So my paper clip embellishment. And it's just on an envelope that's been embossed, and inside has a journaling card. So there's that. On the other side of that, the flap holds one of Sue Olson's dresses. I got some handmade paper here in like a light sagey color. And then this, love this. Jennifer has some book pages that she gave me, and I just adore this scene. It could be New York, it could be Paris, wherever, but just the colors, the greens in this with the paper was great, and I've just adhered it to a piece of coffee dyed paper that's been distressed on the side, so that's a flip up there. Some more handmade paper that has tuck spots on this side. I've got some journaling cards. These are Ephemera's Vintage Garden. One says notes, the other one says to do. I've got an embossed envelope. I got one of those 3D, the new 3D embossers that Sizzix has put out. There's a glassine envelope there with a piece of ephemera in it. When you flip it open here, got another glassine bag, and it's got some journaling spots in it. And then over here, I've got one of my tattered floral paper clip embellishments, just holding some more ephemera. And then on the other side, there's the other side of the envelope. And of course, there's the dangling butterflies in the center of the signature. All of the signatures have been pamphlet stitched into the cover. Other side of that pocket with some ephemera in there, some journaling cards in there. Some more coffee dyed paper. Another page of that sage. So this is just going on the other side. Lots of room for journaling. Look at the colors in that. They're just so pretty. The other side of the Chili's bag here, that's a piece from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And I know those are called her chipboard pieces. That's Ephemera's Vintage Garden as well. Back side of the design paper that's been stenciled. There's that. Primary paper, back side of the flow sheet, that's the grid paper, and then on this side is the calendar. Dollar Tree, journaling card, handmade paper, and then the back of the wallpaper, just so pretty, and then that doily, and the back. So there you have it. There is green. And I think what I'll do is read the little poem, since I'm so close to being 11 minutes and I won't be able to show another one. It says, "You look at me with sad green eyes. I'm overcome with feelings. Such deep emotion they disguise, yet send my senses reeling. They speak to me of loneliness and feelings unexpressed, of hopes and dreams unrealized, and love gone uncaressed. They cry to me of urgency to experience it all. But here you are in limbo, with your back against the wall. I wish I had the answers to the questions they impose. I'm drowning in those sad green eyes, and the sorrow only grows. If I had one magic wish, you know what it would be? To see instead of sad green eyes that smile for me." And that's by Linda Ori. So I hope you enjoyed this. Next up will be yellow, orange, and red. We'll see how quickly I can get them done. Take care, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Check out Jen's shop, Creations by Jinx. Bye.